evening and welcome. You're watching Breaking Views with me, Sanket Upadhyay, the only show where we get you all the views so that you get the complete picture. And trust me, on a story like this, you do want to know the complete picture. We are talking about the hate-filled speech by BJP spokespersons in TV media debates. Nupur Sharma as well as Naveen Jindal was sacked or removed from the party amid a massive outrage. We are not going to talk about that on this show. What we are about to talk is what has happened as a consequence from here on. You see, politically, and this is not just limited to the ruling dispensation, politically, a number of hate experiments are taking place in this country along linguistic lines, on the basis of caste, religion. Religion is, of course, spoken about the most. But in this particular case, when action was taken by the BJP against their own, an entire ecosystem was up in arms. They're very angry at this decision, almost supporting hate, saying that why did BJP take action on hate? Is this a case where a hate experiment has created certain Frankensteins which are out there to get their very own? Is the hate Frankenstein turning against its own? That's the question that we are asking. And the reason why we are making this assessment, you will get to know once you see certain comments that are now being made. Some of them extremely moderate voices also in the ecosystem, but then there are others who are very, very prominently and loudly supporting the hate speech. We will also be having Mr. Ratan Sharda on the show. He tweeted and he said that I am embarrassed with the BJP leadership. All Nupur Sharma did was quote authenticated history, no action against Sar Tan Se Juda actors. Then you've got another member of the ecosystem, Mr. Anand Ranganathan, who says being tolerant is not a weakness, bowing before the intolerant is. The Modi government has bowed before the intolerant. Let's now get you another person who has very openly spoken. His name is Pushpendra. He says, society, and he's a journalist. Pushpendra says, society destroys those who throw their women to the wolves and try to get validation from the enemy. Pushpendra Kulshresht is a vocal supporter of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Then a Twitter handle called Zainab Khan says, I support Nupur Sharma, do you? Then Mr. Mukesh, he's also tweeted, he says, 1 lioness, 100 jackals. Then you've got Sadhvi Prachi, who says, against the culture to leave a woman alone in times of trouble. So very clearly you can see that those who supported the BJP all this while are now angry about the fact that the BJP has taken a decision to sack these people. And now they are questioning the BJP itself, thus by extension supporting that hate comment. Now BJP has been forced to give an advisory or issue an advisory to its spokespersons. Let's put that out on the screen. The BJP says that only authorized people will be cleared by the BJP media department to appear on TV. There will be no comment on anyone's religion, no comment on religious heads. There will be measured language which will be used, no need to get excited or provoked. Enquire and read up on issues. This is an advice that the BJP is giving to its spokespersons. Enquire about the party line first before debating on any issue. Do not fall into anyone else's trap. Stick to the issues central to the BJP and focus on debates around Garib Kalyan. So that's the advice that the BJP has given. So this is just a bit of a preamble right here before we start our debate. Let's start that debate now. Pawan Khera, spokesperson of the Congress party, is now with us. We have Shant Prakash Jatav, leader of the BJP. PKD Nambiar supports the BJP. Ratan Sharda, who had tweeted, is now with us, author of the book RSS from an Organization to a Movement and RSS 360. Waris Pathan, national spokesperson of MIM, and Ghanshyam Tiwari, spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. Full house here. Let's kickstart the debate. Mr. Ratan Sharda, I want to begin with you. Good evening. Advisory has been given by the BJP, and I can't help but read your tweet and draw an inference when you say, embarrassed with the BJP leadership, all Nupur Sharma did was quote authenticated history. In a sense, Mr. Sharda, will this not appear as if you are promoting hate speech?
Sanket, good evening. First of all, I must very clearly say I am not supporting Naveen Jindal. Let us not bracket Naveen Jindal and Nupur together. Naveen Jindal made a tweet which was hateful, which was done with cool calculation. Nupur Sharma was sitting in a debate where she was being continuously provoked for days together. Hindu gods were being insulted, abused, ridiculed. She made a statement which has been made by people like Zakir Naik, various other religious heads, which comes from very authenticated history of Islam by Hadith. I will not get into details, but this is what the fact is. If my view is, if at all BJP felt this was not correct, she had gone overboard, they should have taken action immediately the next day. She was hounded by the people who instigated violence against her. No action was taken against them. There are 70,000 threats she received of various kind of abuses. No action was taken. For a week or more, BJP sat over it, hoping things will blow away. They don't, because this was concerted drive, which we have seen from various analysis now. They were concerted to browbeat her because she is one of the brightest stars. And based on that, if BJP takes a stance, I am very sorry that the stance is halfway, because action against others who created it was not taken. Her tweet, I don't consider, her debate, I don't consider hateful at all. Because
no, but then, Mr. Sharda, you see, how can you say that one person's tweet is hateful and the other person who said the exact same thing in words in a video format is not hateful?
No,
just because she was provoked.
Are very different.
Hate is hate.
He has used a very wrong word. You know that you can, if you really feel it will serve in purpose, show his tweet. So let us not mix up the two.
Okay. Pawan Kheda.
My point is just a moment on the BJP guidelines. I welcome the guidelines. I have only one problem. Guideline is a normal guideline for any spokesperson. I'm surprised it is something new. Any spokesperson who comes on TV should be very sure that he has got.
I mean, a natural question that will be asked of BJP is that where was this advisory so far? I mean, things that have been mentioned here are so basic. One would assume that this should have been the very basis of every debate.
Yes, though I support BJP generally, my question is, if you take a debate on religion, how can the spokesperson not speak on religion? And if you do a debate on religion, how can we not absorb
my point, Mr. Sharda, Pawan Kheda, you see, the point is not that we can't criticize or debate religion. आप आलोचना करिए पर बदजुबानी मत करिए. I think all of us should have this liberty in a liberal society. Now that word is oftenly abused, but the point is that you can criticize, but you cannot abuse. It's that abusive language which is being opposed to. Pawan Kheda. Or do you think even that is a no-go now from here on?
A healthy debate has been an ancient tradition in our Shastrarth. क्या Shastrarth यही होता था. Can you give credit to Nupur Sharma and the like that they were doing a Shastrarth? And now I'm not surprised when I see an RSS gentleman called Mr. Ratan Sharda opposing the BJP. भाई मुखौटे की कभी चेहरे से लड़ाई होता देखा है आपने? सिर्फ भारतीय जनता पार्टी और आरएसएस में दिखेगा आपको मुखौटा लड़ रहा है साहब चेहरे से. अटल जी अडवाणी जी से लड़ते थे, सिर्फ दिखाने की बातें होती हैं. Now, had the Modi government and its parrot media, जिसको तोता मीडिया हमें कहता हूं, आप उनमें से नहीं हैं, आप कम से कम इतना मैं कह सकता हूं, had they not crushed domestic dissent, अवार्ड वापसी गैंग, यही लोग बैठकर कहते थे, ये रतन शारदा जी जैसे पढ़े लिखे लोग, समझदार लोग हैं, बड़े पढ़े लिखे काबिल आदमी, अवार्ड वापसी गैंग, टुकड़े टुकड़े गैंग. तो you don't listen to domestic dissent, you crush it, you ridicule it, you demonize it, then you buckle under pressure from foreigners. Why? हिंदुस्तान का, भूल जाइए मुसलमान को, हिंदुस्तान का हम जैसे हिंदू भी आपत्ति उठा रहे थे कि किस तरह की जुबान में बात कर रहे हैं आप लोग, हमारी सुनी जा रही थी. So you will listen to Qatar and Kuwait and Iran and Afghanistan and Malaysia, but you will not listen to intellectuals of your own country. And who is Narendra Modi to even ask Nupur Sharma not to go on television or call her fringe? Narendra Modi, Amit Shah, ये इसी रास्ते से चलकर आए हैं. Yesterday's fringe, Sanket, is today's mainstream. And today's fringe will be tomorrow's mainstream. That's the BJP for you. तो ये कहते रहे कुछ भी. They have no moral authority to tame.
No, I think one of the points that Mr. Kheda has raised over here, Shant Prakash Jatav ji, आप ये बताइए कि अगर ये अभी रतन जी ने भी यही बोला, रतन शारदा said the same thing. ये कमेंट आया 10 दिन पहले. 10 दिन पहले एक्शन हो जाता तो ये चीज साफ हो जाती कि आप यू डोंट अप्रूव ऑफ दो स्टेटमेंट्स और आपकी पार्टी ने एक्शन ले लिया. आपने एक्शन कब लिया? जब कतर, यूएई, ईरान, कुवैत, सऊदी, जॉर्डन, बहरीन, ऑफ ऑल कंट्रीज, पाकिस्तान took exception to this comment. That's when the country has reacted. And this is where the debate is. उस समय क्यों नहीं एक्शन लिया आपने?
देखिए, दोनों ने अपने अपने पक्ष की बात कही, मगर मैं पवन खेड़ा जी से ये पूछना चाहूंगा कि क्या जो आज के हालात हैं, जिस तरीके से उपद्रव हो रहे हैं, कानपुर में जो घटना हुई, क्या कांग्रेस के बड़े नेताओं ने, आपके नेताओं ने, वहां के जो नौजवान जो उस वक्त उपद्रव कर रहे, उन लोगों को समझाने की कोशिश की? बल्कि आप लोगों ने इतना प्रोवोक कर दिया, इतना ज्यादा इसको हाईलाइट कर दिया कि आज दुनिया के कुछ मुल्क जो हैं उसके ऊपर अपना रिएक्ट कर रहे हैं.
No, so Mr. Jatav, are you saying that the Islamic nations are responding to the incident in Kanpur?
देखिए,
or have they responded to the
नहीं
comment?
बचा सकता.
Can I come in?
By the way, what has happened in Kanpur is absolutely preposterous.
Pawan has named me. Can I come in?
Yeah. One moment, Mr. Sharda, I'll come to you. Mr. Jatav, I asked you a question on timing. Why didn't you act earlier? आप बात कानपुर पे घुमा करके ले गए. कानपुर में जो हुआ वो गलत है, उसमें आप कार्रवाई करिए ना. लेकिन जिसने हेट स्पीच की है उसके खिलाफ देर से कार्रवाई क्यों की? और सवाल ये भी पूछा जाएगा, वेयर इज द एफआईआर? इफ यू फील दैट दिस वाज हेट स्पीच, वेयर इज द एफआईआर अगेंस्ट नुपुर शर्मा?
संकेत जी, उन्होंने जो स्पीच, जो भी उन्होंने किसी चैनल पर वक्तव्य दिया, उसके बाद जो रिएक्शन हुआ, संगठन के ध्यान में वो चीज आई, उसके बाद उसके ऊपर कार्रवाई हुई. तुरंत हमारी डिसिप्लिनरी कमेटी ने उनको बर्खास्त किया. अभी
no,
जो
this is very hard to believe. You are trying to tell me that your disciplinary committee was carrying out a vetting process, checking the, doing due diligence, and that's what took 10 days. Nobody will believe you. Even Mr. Sharda, Ratan Sharda also feels action should have been taken place then. I don't think the BJP works like this. From whatever little I know of the BJP. Yeah, Mr. Sharda, I'll come back to you. Mr. Kheda, quickly, and then other panelists, please.
Mr. Jatav, आप भड़काएं और हम समझाने जाएं, ये कहां का नियम? आग आप लगाएं, फायर ब्रिगेड लेके कांग्रेस घूमती रहे. माफ कीजिएगा, ये काम हमें आपने सौंपा नहीं है, ना हमें देश ने सौंपा है. आपका काम है भड़काना बंद कीजिए. एंड
नहीं बच सकते. नहीं,
बीच में नहीं. I didn't interrupt. बीच में मत बोलिए प्लीज.
एक करके प्लीज.
आप अपने आंगन में सांप पालेंगे तो वो किसी न किसी दिन आपको डसेंगे. आज आपके साथ वही हो रहा है. ये मत सोचिएगा किसी पड़ोसी को डसेंगे. ये मैंने नहीं कहा, अमेरिका के एक पॉलिटिशियन ने कहा था, जो यहाँ भारतीय जनता पार्टी पर आज लागू होता है.
Okay. Let's take that. Let's take that to our other panelists also. Waris Pathan, your political... One moment, please. Three of my panelists have not spoken.
आपके सांप तो नागपुर से लेकर झंडेवाला तक सांप ही सांप घूम रहे हैं. जरा उनको काबू करिए.
Okay, one. Ghanshyam Tiwari, Waris Pathan, and PKD Nambiar have not spoken. I have to go to them first, please. Waris Pathan, your political party. See, the point is that there is hate, politically appointed and politically commissioned hate, and then a hate ecosystem. Now, what we are discussing over here is whether that hate ecosystem has taken over the political outfit, where many of the supporters are now up in arms and they are questioning the very creator, if you were. That's the allegation. Similar allegations are there against your party as well. भाई अगर बीजेपी नफरत फैला रही है तो आपके ऊपर भी आरोप है. When have you missed an opportunity from commenting? बिल्कुल उसी intensity से against the BJP.
Well, firstly, what the BJP's ex-spokesperson Nupur Sharma has stated so about our Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, is highly condemnable. She has insulted our Prophet and she has hurt the sentiments of billions of Muslims all over the world. Our Prophet is everything for us and we don't lie down. What steps we did? We went to the police, cops, registered an FIR. But for 10 days, the BJP was sleeping. We made several attempts to see that she's arrested, sent behind bars, kindly take steps to ensure that she's arrested. But the BJP did not do anything. Only when the Arab world and the Arab countries started calling their ambassadors and telling them that this will not be taken into consideration because it's insult to our Prophet, then Modi comes in and what does he do? Suspends 40 children who have been picked up in violence in Kanpur. NSA is applied on them. For what the violence?
By the way, the information that has come right now is that the BJP leader has been arrested.
But what about her?
Arrest over the derogatory remarks
What about
Prophet
her?
Muhammad.
I am asking, Saket, I am asking a question. Why is she not arrested as of yet? Now, as you said that our party leader also said a statement. Let me make it very, very clear on your channel. Akbar Owaisi, for his speech, was taking treatment in London. He left his treatment, came to Hyderabad, surrendered before the court. He was in jail for 42 days. After 42 days, he got bail. He came out on bail.
No, but
he
my point is, please, there have been many allegations against
and now he's acquitted. He got a clear-cut acquittal after the evidence.
You benefit from counter-hate. You see, the point is, these hate ecosystems exist everywhere. And that is what has become a problem.
Totally false. These are false and baseless allegations against us. The BJP tells their spokesperson to go on the television channel and spread hate, spew venom against the Muslim community. That is why today they had to issue an advisory.
Okay, by the way, just want to apprise of all the gentlemen sitting here.
In order to see that the earlier
okay, Waris Pathan, one moment. Ghanshyam Tiwari, we are getting information that a BJP leader has been arrested in Kanpur. He has been arrested for derogatory remarks on Prophet Muhammad. The arrested leader is an office bearer of the BJP youth wing. This arrest has taken place 4 days after clashes in Kanpur. I mean, one way of looking at it is BJP's involvement. The other way, where the BJP is going to pat its back, Mr. Tiwari, is that, see, we are taking action. Now for action against the rioters.
Good evening, Sanket, to you, my fellow co-panelists and the viewers. Let us call spade a spade. For 8 years, an ecosystem powered by BJP, powered by what is called Tota Media or Godi Media has been created that debates in an angry, hateful and derogatory manner issues of Hindu-Muslim every day, putting anger and hate in everyone's drawing room and amplifying it further on social media. The fact that we have an information broadcasting minister who was famous for his Goli Maro sloganeering, the fact that in Uttar Pradesh elections were held on the foundation of an 80-20 hate speech, the fact that entire BJP has benefited politically from the same people who you are saying are turning against them. I think Nupur or Naveen or anybody else or Tejasvi Surya, for example, are just products of this system. Products that sometimes go overboard, and as a result, when there is international pressure and international shame, BJP has to back out. They will not back out. They have nourished and cherished and cheered this hate ecosystem for their political benefit. This is what they bring to India. Otherwise, at a time when every one of your viewers is facing the challenges of unemployment, illiteracy in India in terms of the price rise in India, the complete negative trajectory that every family is facing today due to 8 years of misrule of Modi government, the only thing that BJP can do is distract people. They have fractured or twisted or dented organizations and institutions in the country to suit this agenda. So I believe that one step backward will not change the course for BJP.
Will not change that course.
They will reinvent
so in effect, you are saying that this is just a minor speed bump and this is only going to continue. Is that what you're saying?
This is the foundation of their politics.
PKD Nambiar, I want to come to you now. Do you feel that hate will overtake politics? So the hate ecosystem will overtake politics and not the other way around. So the BJP may keep on giving these advisories. But ultimately, you will have to swerve in that direction. You can't help it.
Well, I don't understand that. What are we discussing? There is some kind of an incident took place. Somebody spoke which is not correct. She was a spokesperson and that person was a media head. The party took a strong decision. Rather than uploading that particular fact and appreciating the fact that one particular fine day, like an Akbaruddin Owaisi, who has spoken so bad about every god and goddesses of Hindu. Maybe at least I can say you 20 odd names of different goddesses of names.
No, that's why I said, that's why I added a qualifier.
No TV debate. No, Sanket, today.
That is exactly why I've added a qualifier.
No,
it's not only
debate.
one political dispensation that has experimented with hate. I added that qualifier, Mr. Nambiar.
Sanket, may I? So I am only saying there is some kind of a hypocrisy. Some media. I'm not saying that every media. Some media may be very fascinated about. They were looking for this hate. They may be producing hate. They may be the factories for hate. I am not denying that. But there are some media is also partly blind. They only see one side of the story. They don't want to see the other side of the story. Yes, Ghanshyam, my friend said that yes, call the spade as a spade, but you should have the courage to call every spade as a spade. The problem here in today is that we are blind for half of the stuff, and when somebody, a party like a BJP, which is the world's largest party, 20 crore members, they have so many spokespersons. Every spokesperson spoke the same thing? No, one or two people have said something.
And yet you have a lot of people who feel that the action that has been taken by the BJP is wrong. That's exactly my point. I am saying, Ratan Sharda,
it is not in the line of the party. They have been asked to go, and there the question ends. Where is the question of debating this again and again and again and creating a feeling to the public at the large that entire BJP is of hate, the people of hate, and the BJP ecosystem. What are we talking about, an ecosystem? Should we talk about the appeasement ecosystem? Should we talk about the Muslim fundamentals in this country?
Why there is no discussion? Ecosystem you that only have hate
every day the
follows the same,
you have to appreciate the same format. Every day, 8 to 10
Ratan Sharda quickly, and then
one side of the story,
Ratan Sharda, please quickly, running out of time.
That is where you are making a mistake.
You talked about standard of debate, decency of debate, and we had the eminent spokesperson of Congress talking of Saap from Nagpur to Jhandewala. This is the level they have. They have abused Hindus. They have abused Hindutva. They talked of award wapsi. What was the award wapsi? On a fake issue of church attacks, which was not true. Then they talked about CAA, which was not against Indian Muslims. They created an entire hate campaign on CAA, which was not against Indian Muslims. They said it's about Indian Muslims. There was JNU, where the people said Banduk ki nok pe azadi, and Rahul Gandhi went and stood with them. These are the people who killed a calf in Kerala. Nobody got offended. Nobody took action against the people. They were the leaders.
Congress leaders.
So this is the
Mr. Nambiar,
terror. There was no saffron terror. They failed. They have
okay, Pawan Kheda's response.
To social
fabric. Basically,
this has no right to speak
on your debate.
If I were to sum up Mr. Sharda, he's calling out your hypocrisy. Your response.
On your debate, let Mr. Sharda and Mr. Nambiar. अरे बीच में मत बोलिए, आपकी बारी खत्म हो गई अब। और नागपुर से झंडेवाला
one by one.
वह फैला रहे हैं आप, क्या वो साफ नहीं फैलाते? साफ नहीं है। और क्या है? बीच में मत बोलिए। ये बड़ी बुरी आदत है आपकी। आपकी बारी खत्म हो गई, अब आपका वक्त खत्म हो गया। आपका वक्त खत्म हो रहा है मिस्टर रतन शारदा, अब आपको घर जाने का समय आ रहा है। अब आपका वक्त खत्म हो रहा है, इसमें बोलना मत कीजिए। आपकी बारी खत्म हो चुकी है, मत बोलिए बीच में।
Okay, one moment, please.
आप जितना बोलते हैं, you expose your lack of intelligence. तो कम बोला कीजिए आप।
Pawan Kheda, we won't be able to understand a word.
हो जाते हैं कि आप में कितना है यहाँ।
Okay, let's follow the advice. Let's follow the advice of the BJP to its spokesperson. Pawan Kheda, one by one, please, and decently. Yes.
Mr. Nambiar and Mr. Ratan Nagpur Sharda, I challenge you.
This is the kind of debate, how they debate the
बारे में
debate.
क्या कहा? अरे यार बीच में बोलने की बीमारी क्यों है आपको?
As Ratan
इतना श्रद्धा की तैयारी करके जाइए यहाँ से। इसमें बोलते रहते हैं नागपुर में शर्म आती है आपको? नागपुर के नाम से शर्म आती है आपको? आनी भी चाहिए शर्म। अच्छी बात है, शर्म आनी शुरू तो हुई। बड़ी खुशी हुई मुझे कि आपको शर्म आती है। बड़ी अच्छी बात है। Very good, very happy.
Insult somebody. Don't try to insult somebody. I don't
We are
take
all
it.
ashamed of
Whether
that.
Okay,
it's
I've
community,
completely
community,
run out of
but
time,
then
gentlemen.
I feel
We'll
that I am
continue
proud
this
of
debate, but the
my
point is,
Nagpur.
you don't have a right
I am
to
very
say.
proud
okay,
of
I have to
the
come in
fact
here.
that I am connected to Nagpur
Hard
with
stop
number
on this
10
debate.
Number
Gentlemen,
10
thank you very
Janpat
much for
aur
joining us.
Akbar.
Hard stop on this debate. Hard stop. Thank you very much for joining us. The point is, hate propagated for politics, and then those ecosystems propagating politics or dictating politics. That's what we are debating over here. Has the hate ecosystem completely taken over how politics will be done in this country? And will politics give in? That is what we were debating. And this debate, trust me, is not over. Good night and goodbye.